off the crossbar. Goal! And it's a giant deflect off the goal team. Crystal left fielder down for a base hit.
Hunterdon Central is going to win the state finals here tonight.
Mark it on the board. Touchdown, Red Devils. Off the deflection. Off the deflection. Hunterdon Central.
Hello everyone, welcome to Central versus Watchung Hills softball game. Today is Tuesday, April 25th.
It's a Tuesday. It's just another Tuesday.
Yeah.
This is a good softball matchup. Literally, Watchung Hills was the defending state champions. Central is looking for a championship. They're pretty good programs. Some D1 commits, especially one of our own, Samantha Del Hoyo, is going to UCF. UCF means University of Central Florida, for those who don't know.
Yeah. Pretty windy out today.
Yep. It's really windy.
A little cloudy too.
Perfect softball weather. You're not dying.
Yeah.
in heat. Really? North Hunterdon got their first loss. So, this is a really good matchup, and we're going to see a pitching duel between Riley Bobrovsky and Emily Van Cleef, Central Jersey Lightning players. It's a rivalry between those two.
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty interesting game for Central, coming off of their win yesterday against North Hunterdon.
Definitely. It's a pretty good win for them. It definitely solidifies their Highway 31 rivalry. Especially the pitching duel between Emily Van Cleef and Cameron Campbell, for sure, or Scott Cook. Those girls are pretty good up there at North, and we have excellent girls down here at Central. Lineup for Watchung Hills tonight, we have number 1, Riley Bobrovsky, number 2, Nicole Kiketti, number 9, Tia Shakar, number 20, Ella Stevenson, number 21, Mia Simon, number 6, Sam Raymond, number 11, Morgan Bobrovsky, number 13, Maddie Sarami. Why am I thinking Megan? Number 14, Maddie Moran, and flex is Caitlin Lee. And defensively for the Red Devils, we have Emily Van Cleef up at the pitcher's circle. Behind the dish, we have Riley Falla. At first base, we have Caitlin Redman, who's our flex player for tonight. At second base, we have Samantha Del Hoyo, aka Sammy. Third base, we have Grace Greisler. At shortstop, we have Zoe Totaro. In left, we have Emily Walsh. In center, we have Nicole Pontecorvo. And in right, we have Cora Gillo. Pretty interesting game tonight. The captains are meeting up at the home plate, waiting for the game to start.
Definitely, those are two interesting lineups.
I know the Bobrovskys are a dangerous duo in softball. They're pretty good. I played against them in middle school. They're pretty good players. They played for William Annan, I think. No, they go to Ridge. I don't remember, but I played against them in middle school.
How did that go?
Our team won in 7th grade, and they're older than me, so we won because we had a pretty stacked lineup of Julia Duggan, varsity players Cassie Stallwood, Grace Greisler, Zoe Totaro. Our lineup was pretty stacked in middle school. I would say so myself. Recently, Sammy's college has recently defeated USF in a high interstate 4 sweep. It was a pretty good win. Definitely a great start. Pretty good sign for Sammy that she's going to a good program.
Definitely.
UCF is a ranked school in the AAC, the American Athletic Conference. Definitely a top contender for the championship against Wichita State. We also have plenty of D3 commits of our own. We have Brielle Staskovich going to CUNY Hunter College at the CUNY Athletic Conference. We have Emily Walsh going to Babson, a top business school where she's studying financial analytics at a top D3 program. Cora Gillo is going to Kane University, a pretty good school for softball. I know one of my former coaches and my athletic trainer in my middle school went to Kane for softball. We have, hold on. Yeah, those are the D3 commits I can remember. We have a pretty stacked lineup this year, and let's see what they can do against Watchung Hills. Definitely a great start for Emily Van Cleef in the circle. Pretty good start.
This will be pretty interesting for Central considering how good Watchung Hills was last year, and their turnout this season hasn't been anything too great, so this will be interesting to see how this game turns out.
Definitely. Watchung Hills had a coaching change this year. Their last year's championship winning coach, Dominic Ocello, is not the coach this year. They have Brian Figueroa. And now, leading off is Riley Bobrowski, pitcher versus pitcher. First pitch is getting pitched. It's a ball, a little bit too low in the zone. So count is 1-0. Balls and strikes. Bunt is laid. Grace Greisler to Caitlin Redmond. Successfully gets the first out. 5-3, out.
That was a great play by Central right there.
Exactly, it's a pretty good play, I agree. Bunts are definitely dangerous. Small ball can definitely push games into different directions. So you can't really underestimate the bunt. Up next we have is Nicole Cicchetti. Ball by Emily Van Cleef. 1-0 count. Pitcher versus third baseman. A hit into the 8-9 hole in the gap. And a leadoff single by Nicole Cicchetti. 1 aboard, 1 out. Runner is on first. Up next, we have Tia Shakar. Strike 1 against Tia Shakar. Emily Van Cleef leads in the count, 0-1. I love how supportive the girls are at Central with their teammates.
Yeah, you can hear how excited they are.
Foul ball, 0-2. Yeah, I'm hearing them cheering on Emily as she's pitching, not to get her and tell her that she's not alone. She has great defense behind her. So Emily leads the count 0-2 against Tia Shakar. Fouled off, 0-2. Count remains 0-2. Good battle though by Tia Shakar, really. Emily Van Cleef is a tough pitcher.
Definitely.
She has 55 strikeouts this year. Strike 3. Swing and a miss. Sword. Emily Van Cleef got her first strikeout tonight. 2 outs in the top of the first. 1 runner aboard, being Nicole Cicchetti. Up next, we have Ella Stevenson, pitcher versus first baseman. Will Ella push the runner to second, maybe third? We don't know. Ball, it's a little bit out of the zone, almost hit the outside corner. 1-0, batter leads count.
A lot of cheering.
Yeah, definitely. It's a very supportive environment here at Central. Central, we know how to back up our players. A single by Ella Stevenson through the second base hole. Not a good start, I could say, but 2 outs. We can close it out for sure in the top of the inning.
Not a good start for Watchung Hills.
No, not a good start for us.
Really?
Yeah, they're stuck. We have them on base.
We got 2 outs.
2 outs? That doesn't mean anything. There can be 2-out magic. You haven't seen what college softball's like. 0-1.
You're right on that.
1-0, actually. 1 ball, 0 strikes. Against Mia Simon. Foul off, 1-1. Tied count. Pitcher and batter are tied. Mia is getting ready in the box. Emily is loading up her pitch. Fouled off, 1-2. Emily Van Cleef leads the count. Oh god, that's not good. You definitely want to make your throws to your pitcher or else anyone can run on anything. Watchung has been very supportive of Mia. Zoe Totaro catches the line drive and Central gets out of the inning. 2 hits for Watchung Hills as we go into the bottom of the first.
I told you it was a good start.
Yeah, you're right. I was really being cynical. I was a very cynical person. I watched too much college softball for my own good. So Central is going to bat up to bat. So defensively for the Warriors, we have Riley Bobrovsky at the pitcher's circle. Behind the dish, we have Maddie. Why am I saying Megan? I don't know. Maddie Sarami behind the dish. At first, we have Ella Stevenson. At second, we have Morgan Bobrovsky. At third, we have Nicole Kiketti. At short, we have Tia Shakar. In left, we have Caitlin Lee. In center, we have Maddie Moran. And in right, we have Sam Raymond. This could be a dangerous fielding team for sure at Watchung Hills, as they were previously state champs last year. However, this year has been a bit of a struggle.
Yeah, they definitely fell off.
Yeah, it's not good. 2-10 after a 27-2 season.
That's pretty bad.
I know Tulane football has did a turnaround from 2-10 to 12-2 to this year, but to fall off this hard?
Yeah.
There's too many factors, but they lost 4 seniors, but coaching change could possibly be the biggest reason. Maybe they weren't training hard enough at the gym for lifts, team lifts. Maybe team chemistry is off.
Maybe.
But they have every one of their returning players except those 4 seniors, so what's the big deal here? Leading off, we have the one and only Celia Totaro, our designated player for tonight, wearing number 10. She is hitting in place of Caitlin Redmond. She's also a lefty, so she has the possibility of slaps. Slappers are dangerous in softball. They can make immensely fast plays, and it's hard to get them out. That's a little too high. The rise ball, she didn't chase after it. Ball 1 for Celia Totaro. She's a very disciplined hitter. Actually, I think Celia's going to the University of Scranton, which is a D3 program. A little up in the zone. Celia is a very disciplined hitter. Like I said, she didn't chase after that rise ball. Those rise balls are definitely good for home runs, which she leads 2 home runs this year on the team. Despite that, discipline is more important. You want to get those good hits, timely hits important, quality plate appearances. A little too low, ball 3 against Celia Totaro. It's a very favorable count for the batter. They can swing at anything because they can make the count go full. Or to have one strike and take a walk or a good hit. Ball 4, lead off walk to Celia Totaro.
She definitely has a good eye for balls.
Definitely a good eye for balls. Discipline is one of the most important things as a batter. It's all mental. Softball is 10% physical, 90% mental. Okay, we have Emily Walsh. A little too inside. Oh, Celia stole second like it was not a problem. Catcher had a hard time catching her off guard. But Emily has a 1-0 count leading. Oh, she has a strike. I thought that was 2 inside. Okay, some umpires have different zones. Okay. She's currently 0-1. Riley Bobrovsky leads the count. Okay, so this umpire is a more inside strike zone. She has 1 ball, 1 strike. Emily Walsh and Riley Bobrovsky are tied. Celia's getting a good leadoff at second. Having her foot on the back so she can tag. Tagging is really important. If you go off without a tag, it's not good. Way too high. Wild pitch. Celia Totaro steals third. 2 balls, 1 strike against Emily Walsh. If there's another wild pitch by Riley Bobrovsky, we could see Celia stealing home.
Maybe. It feels like we're watching the fall off of Watchung Hills in real time right now.
Yeah, it's not looking good for them. 2 low in the zone, 3-1. Oh, actually it's 2-2. Why is this umpire not showing the strikes? 2-2. Oh, it's full. I'm so confused right now. It's full or 2-2? Fouled off. Count remains full. Good battle for Emily Walsh. The catcher is having a meeting with her pitcher to keep her calm and saying that, hey, we got you. It's definitely important to keep your pitcher in the zone. Being composed as a pitcher is crucial, and having to know that you have the support behind you is definitely helps the process. Being up at bat against a batter is really important.
For sure.
If you don't have the support, you're going to struggle mentally, and it's not going to be good for a pitcher.
Yeah, we'll see if that helps out here.
Ball 4, Emily Walsh takes a walk to first base. Count goes back to full. There was an error with the scoreboard. So there was not a walk. She has to go back up in the box. Count was full. Error on the scoreboard. That's ball 4, part 2. Emily Walsh takes her walk to first base. Next, we have Samantha Del Hoyo coming up to bat. She's also a lefty, so she's another slapper. Very dangerous hitters in the lineup for sure. So runners at the corners for Central. This is not a good start for Watchung Hills because there's a possible RBI situation because Celia's up at third. Sammy gets ready to bat against Riley Bobrovsky. Let's see. 1 strike is against Sammy Del Hoyo. Checking second base just to make sure Emily Walsh does not steal. Good play by Watchung Hills. No outs. Little high. Emily Walsh steals second. Runners in scoring position, second base and third base for Central. Could be dangerous for Watchung Hills. Possible RBIs by Sammy Del Hoyo. I think Sammy Del Hoyo leads. No, that's Emily Van Cleef leads in RBI. Sammy Del Hoyo leads in hits. Lil high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Checking second base to make sure Emily doesn't go off and steal third. Good play on Watchung Hills. What do you say about the slogan with the count and all for Emily, for Sammy Del Hoyo? Low high, 3-1. This is actually a batter's count.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's pretty undeniable that Central is just doing a much better job with all the technique, stealing bases, watching for balls.
Definitely, it's important to be disciplined at the plate. You can't just take any pitch. You have to know what's in your wheelhouse. They're gonna try and get her out at first. Yes. Tia Shakar thrown out. Sammy Del Hoyo 1 out against the Devils. And we got a run. Celia ran in home. Emily is still at second. And now we have Grace Greisler up to bat. No, Cordial. One ball, 0 strikes for Cordilla. I mixed up nine with 1. That's bad. Cora takes a big swing.
It was a good pitch right there.
Yeah, that was nasty by Riley Bobrovsky. 1-1 for the Red Devils. Cora Gillo. 1-2. Pitcher leads the count against Cora. Low high, 2-2. Emily's trying to find an opportunity to steal, but she keeps having to go back to second. Two and two. Low. Count goes full, 3-2. Let's see. Riley Bobrovsky is getting ready to pitch against Cora Gilio. Low high, wild pitch. Emily steals third. And Cora is at first. Coach is calling a meeting with the entire infield. Outfielders are meeting together. This is not good for Watchung Hills currently.
Yeah, no, we're watching them throw here, really.
Yeah, and especially if a coach has a meeting, they can only have one meeting in college. I don't know how it works in high school, but if a coach uses their one meeting on their pitcher, and the pitcher doesn't compose themselves or be able to come back, probably most likely they're going to have to pull Riley Bobrovsky out and probably pull up a reliever.
Yeah, he's got to get through to them right now, or else they're pretty much done for.
Yeah, I don't think they've warmed up anyone in the pen, Watchung Hills.
They haven't?
I'm not sure, but we do have two spectacular arms outside of Emily Van Cleef here. We have Brielle Staskovich, our D3 commit, and we have Caitlin Redmond, our junior, who's recently first year on varsity. And right up to bat, we have Emily Van Cleef, pitcher versus pitcher. We have Cora at first, Emily at third. 1-0 Central. Low high. Emily did not chase that rice ball. Count goes 1-0. Batter leads the count. This is a pitching duel for sure, but it seems like Riley's not having a good time in this pitching duel. Too low. 2-0. Batter leads the count. Riley keeps throwing a lot of chase pitches, and these Central batters are pretty disciplined. They don't go after chase pitches. You have to throw something more in the zone and to get them to swing at it. Low high. Count goes 3-0. A lot of people are supporting Riley throughout this. That's really good you're getting the support.
Yeah, we'll have to see if it does anything here.
Yeah. Count goes 3. First strike. The composure's coming back. Batters count. 3-1. If she swings, it goes full. If she doesn't, she takes a walk. Or if she swings and times it right. Bases are loaded. Van Cleef, Gillio, and Walsh all on the bases. And we have a dangerous hitter coming up. We have Grace Greisler. She plays for Newtown Rock. She's on a national team that travels across the United States and plays against top travel and club programs in the nation. Newtown Rock is known for their D1 commits. I know Grace Reed at North Hunterdon plays on Newtown Rock, and she's going to Villanova.
That's impressive.
Yeah, that's really impressive. A lot of players are D1 on Newtown Rock. Some of them are playing University of Maryland at Baltimore County. It's a pretty good program. While we were talking about Newtown Rock, Grace's club team, she's currently has 2 balls, 0 strikes. See? Hit by pitch. Grace Greisler takes a walk, and Central is 2-0. Grace Greisler took it like a champ against Riley Bobrowski's pitch. Walking on the first like a champ. Catcher is trying to calm down the pitcher, and first baseman is providing support. Up next, we have Riley Falla, number 2. Oh, that's Grace. Wait. Is that Grace or... Was there an extra person I forgot? 3-0. Emily Van Cleef is at 3rd. And I think Grace Greisler is at 2nd. I'm honestly not sure who's at that bat. Is that bad? I can't tell the numbers. I'm blind. Oh,
yeah,
Grace.
I cannot see that far.
That's Grace, I think. Then who is... What's that? Papa foul ball into the ditch. Count goes 1-1. Did someone get pinched? Was there a pinch runner? Pinch hitter?
I don't know.
Because I thought it would be Grace up the bat. For the 5-6 hole. Next we get the 2nd out against the Devils.
Watchung Hills got to that ball pretty fast.
Yeah, for sure. Grace Greisler is up at 3rd. So currently it's Zoe up to bat. And count 0-0. Zoe takes, and Grace Greisler slides home. Emily Van Cleef, Zoe Totaro. Sorry, oh my god, my names. Zoe Totaro has a 1-0 count. I keep mixing up. Oh my god, this is bad. This is not okay. Zoe takes another ball, 2-0. Count is in favor of the batter. Zoe plays for Finch's Aces, another elite club. Tons of D3 commits, tons of D1 commits, D2. It's a pretty good program. Right out of Diamond Nation. Finch's Aces is named after world-class pitcher Jenny Finch, who brought several gold medals to the United States and brought Women's College World Series to the University of Arizona.
I did not know that.
Yeah, a lot of people get to see Jenny. Jenny was actually at the North game because Cameron Campbell plays at North, and she's an Aces player. I think she plays with Zoe Totaro at club. Line drive to
Ooh.
third base, and Watchung Hills gets out of the inning. The damage is done. Central leads 5-0 against the Warriors.
Yeah, Central has a pretty commanding lead right now. It's hard to say how the rest of the game will go, but if it goes anything like that first inning, Watchung Hills is in for a rough game.
Here's the thing, though. You can't. It's a pretty easy lead to get back. You see it in college. Colleges climb back and claw back to the deficits like this. So you can't really say it's not. You can't say it's game over for the Warriors.
Yeah.
Anyone can climb back. It's anyone's game here. Defending state champions versus. Oh, right. They're currently warming up. I'm like, I put my phone down because I want to like talk about the score. Currently, Emily Van Cleef is warming up her pitches, and they did the throwdown. Zoe tagged second. The inning is about to begin with a meeting at the circle, making sure everybody knows that they're doing a great job and that we should continue fighting and keeping this lead. Protect. I'm not sure. I think was Maddie Simon the last out? Mia Simon the last out?
I don't know.
Currently, it's Sam Raymond up to bat, right-handed hitter. Right fielder, Sam Raymond. Swings at first pitch. Grace Chrysler to Caitlin Redmond, out at first. Way to go, Devils. Way to go. 1 out for the Warriors. Up to bat, we have Morgan Bobrovsky, I think the only freshman on this team. Sister of pitcher Riley Bobrovsky. Strike one against Morgan Bobrovsky. Emily Van Cleef has good command in the circle today, only giving up 2 hits so far.
Is that a dog?
Yes, that was a dog. And count goes 1-1. 2 low in the zone. Chase pitch. Good drop ball, though.
Where's the dog?
I don't know. Oh, it's over there. It's behind us.
Okay.
Yeah. For the 5-6 hole. A single for Morgan Bobrovsky. Way to fight. It's a decent start for the second inning for the Devils. Sure.
Haven't given up much yet.
For sure. And up next we have catcher Maddie Sarami. Little high. The rise ball. She didn't chase. 1 ball against Maddie Sarami. Fouled off, 1-1. Batter and pitcher are tied in the count. Pretty good command by Emily Van Cleef, I could say so myself. Seen her pitch, she's a nasty pitcher. 2-1. The announcer's curse. Yeah. 2-1, not a bad count. Emily Van Cleef can totally work out of it. Strike 2. 2-2 in the count. Pitcher and batter are tied. Every batter has their own pre-batting ritual.
Ooh.
Popped up in the air. Drop. Miscommunication by second baseman and the right fielder. Second baseman Sammy Del Hoyo and right fielder Cora Gilio. And it just dropped. 2 runners aboard, 1 out for the Red Devils. Up to bat, we have Maddie Moran, center fielder. A bunt. gets the first runner at first out. 2 outs for the Red Devils. 1 down. Runners in scoring positions for Watchung Hills. Those holes between shortstop and second is probably one of Central's kryptonite.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of balls have been going through down the middle. It's not easy because you can't really move out of your position unless your coaches say, hey, tighten up. If it's short ball, go far back. If it's long ball, you have to listen to what your coach says.
Yeah.
And as some discrepancy.
Well, they haven't lost too much from it yet.
Oh, they're putting in a pinch runner for number 13, Maddie Sarami, so she can get her catcher's gear on. Because catcher's gear is a pretty tedious process. It's definitely hard. Wild pitch. Good thing they checked the runner at third. Like I said earlier, you can't really change your position in short and second. You're pretty much glued unless coach says, hey, tighten up or go far back.
Yeah.
That's why it's a pretty good spot to pop up, foul ball into the ditch, 1-1 for Riley Bobrovsky. We're back to top of the order. Low pitch. 2-1 for the batter, Riley Bobrovsky. Let's see how. Strike 2. Emily Van Cleef ties herself with Riley Bobrovsky. It's a pitcher's duel again. Really, it's a really interesting duel today. They both play for CJL, maybe same team, maybe different. Emily Van Cleef fields it to Caitlin Redmond, and they're out of the inning. 2 runners left stranded. We're going down to the bottom of the second. Simultaneously happening, we have Watchung Hills junior varsity team coming against to play Central. And over there we witnessed an RBI sacrifice by the Watchung Hills Warriors against our JV team.
JV softball?
Yeah. That's JV, that's varsity. Let's see. Coming up to bat. What's the last out was Zoe Totaro. So starting off we have Nicole Pontecorvo, and then we go back to top. I know the players really well. I just don't remember their names because you can't see their jersey numbers well.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's probably one of the hardest parts of announcing here.
Yeah, play-by-play is hard because of the numbers.
And on top of that, I'm just blind in general.
Yeah, no, I can't see like 10 feet in front of me, so.
Wait, you're blind too?
Basically.
Hey, we're blind twins. Yeah. I just have trouble seeing far. So
Yeah.
I wear my glasses. Riley Bobrovsky warms up with her catcher, Maddie Sarami. And waiting to get into the box is Nicole Pontecorvo, our center fielder for tonight. Haven't updated the board I can see over there. It says 2 outs still.
Yeah.
The scoreboard has been having pretty much tons of errors today.
Yeah.
A bad count, and now outs are not being removed from the bottom?
Well, about what you'd expect from Central.
Really? Wow. Way to dig at our school. Okay, Nicole Pontecorvo is getting ready to bat, doing her pre-batting ritual. Umpire is telling when it's okay to play ball for the inning. Nicole Pontecorvo steps inside the box. And Riley Bobrovsky is preparing her pitch. Strike 1 against Nicole Pontecorvo. Riley Bobrovsky is getting her command back.
Definitely.
After a struggle of an inning of struggle first inning.
Well, that is just one throw.
True.
Alright, that's it.
Yeah, 2 strikes in a row. That's good command. 0-2 for Nicole Pontecorvo. I think like Watchung Hills are probably clapping to get that strikeout. Fouled off. Count remains 0-2. Did you know that 2 foul balls equals 2 strikes?
Really?
Yeah. If you get a foul ball earlier in the count, it can count for strike. However, since she already has 2 strikes against her, it doesn't change the count.
Yeah. I thought you meant.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. A little high. 1-2. Nicole Pontecorvo has pretty good discipline. She didn't chase for that chase pitch. It's a very appealing pitch. It's a home run pitch, possibly, but you have to have a good wheelhouse to be able to hit that.
For sure.
And count goes tied 2-2. Fouled off. Count remains 2-2. Good contact. She's on it. Just has to angle herself properly. Like, she knows the exact part of the barrel. She just has to angle herself properly, which is really important for hitting. And especially when hit in the gaps. Those gaps are crucial and it can kill the defense. Especially when we had those balls going up the middle. It's a really, that's a dangerous spot for defenses. Count goes full, 3-2. Good play discipline, good battle for Nicole Pontecorvo. I think she's seen 7 pitches in this pitching in the pit in her at bat. Swing and a miss. Strikeout for Riley Bobrovsky as Nicole Pontecorvo goes back into the dugout. And we're starting at the top of the lineup. Celia Totaro. A dangerous lefty slapper heading to University of Scranton. Go Royals. She's getting herself ready for her ritual for her at bat. I think she took a walk or she hit a single. I think she took a walk, didn't she?
Yeah, I think it was a walk.
Yeah. Currently count is 0-1 in favor of pitcher right now.
Maybe the Warriors are bringing it back.
Ooh. 0-2. Swing and a miss. There's like a really big rule when it comes to holds. You can't go halfway across the plate or else it'll be considered you gone and swung for it. So you have to be careful when it comes to holds. Swing and a miss. Checked swing. Celia Totaro sits down, and now Emily Walsh up to bat. Riley Bobrovsky is getting her composure back up in the circle. It's a really big difference in softball. In baseball, we don't say mound, we say circle. Because there's no mound, really.
Yeah, it's just a circle.
Yeah, it's just a circle. And it's a wild pitch on Riley Bobrovsky. 2 outs. Could the Devils make some 2-out magic? Fouled off. 1-1. Fun fact, did you know our pitcher leads in RBIs this year?
I did not.
She has 12 RBIs this season. Emily Van and Celia Totaro leading in 2 stat categories. 1-2 against Emily Walsh. And Sammy Del Hoya leads in hits. So 3 players leading in stat categories for Hunterdon Central. 2-2 for Emily Walsh. Good battle. As a batter, it's a mental challenge. You have to figure out what you can hit, what you cannot. It's line drive to the pitcher. Riley Bobrovsky ends the inning. No runs, no base runners aboard for Central. We're going to the top of the third, where Emily Van Cleef is heading back into the circle, and Central is starting their defense up.
That was a much better inning for Watchung Hills there than the first one.
For sure, Riley Bobrovsky has got her composure back. Definite benefit for the Watchung Hills as they're down by 5 coming into the top of the third. Some of our Devils who are not in the game are currently running polls to keep them ready in case they need to be substituted in. Oh my god, I keep whacking my mic. It's like getting hair in my mouth. I don't want to like whack my mic because that makes an obnoxious sound. It's pretty windy out here, like we said earlier.
Yeah.
Meeting at the circle. Getting fired up. Outfielders met. So we need to see who's up at bat for the Watchung Hills Warriors. Up to bat is number 2, Nicole Kiketti. Their third baseman. Emily Van Cleef. Strike 1 against Nicole Kiketti. Good start for Emily Van Cleef. I wouldn't imagine Emily Van Cleef not leading RBI. She's been pretty dominant with her hits this season.
Yeah.
She helped us defeat, I remember on April 3rd we defeated, and she brought in so many RBIs, it's ridiculous. One and 2 for Nicole Kiketti, and we actually had an 8-0 win against Monroe where she brought in so many RBIs. Combined shutout for Emily Van Cleef and Brielle Staskovich that game.
You know what the number was?
For the strikeouts?
Yeah.
I think it was like 11, I think. I'm not sure.
That's pretty impressive.
It was a combined shutout between both these dominant pitchers. Emily has potentially D1 potential. With her command right now, she's D1 material.
I think there's a couple players on the team with that material.
Yeah, like Zoe Totaro. She's really good. Count goes 3-2 or 2-2. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it's 2-2 right now.
It looks like it's 2-2.
Yeah. Plenty of our sophomores who are going to start communicating with college coaches next year as on September 1st. We'll definitely be able to get D1 scholarships. They're just that good.
Now it's 3-2.
3-2, full count. Payoff pitch. Not a payoff. Nicole Kiketti takes a walk to first base. Up next, we have Tia Shakar coming back for her second at-bat. It's a hard time pitching against a dominant team such as Watchung Hills. Turn 2, not in time. Get the lead runner out at second. Turn 2 is double play.
Right.
Yeah. They try in turn 2, unsuccessful. They only get 1 out of the 2 runners out. 1 out for the Red Devils. Tia Shakar at first. And Ella Stevenson is up to bat. Counts 0-0. Ooh. Okay. Ella Stevenson hits it between the outside right center field and right field gap between Cora Gillo and Nicole Pontecorvo. 2 Watchung Hill Warriors are on board. Ella Stevenson and Tia Shakar. Currently up to bat, we have Mia Simon. takes ball 1, rise ball. It's a chase pitch, classic chase pitch many people go after. But these Watchung Hills Warriors are pretty disciplined at bat. Like our own Devils. It's a strike 1. So I noticed this umpire has a pretty low strike zone. Like, he's going at the knees. Low.
Yeah.
It's more of an at the knees and inside strike zone.
Yeah.
Fouled off. 1 and 2 for Mia Simon. Just has to adjust her swing. Good contact, but has to adjust her swing.
Oh.
Stick with it. Turns 2. Yeah. 5-3, turn 2. Good job sticking with it by Grace Greisler, throwing it down to Caitlin Redmond at first.
Yeah, that was definitely a great play by Central.
For sure, got them out of the inning.
Play the game so far.
2 runners left stranded by Watchung Hills. And now I think we're seeing Del Hoyo up at bat, correct?
I think so.
Yeah, I think we're seeing Del Hoyo for her second at bat of the game at the bottom of the 3rd. Wow, Watchung Hills has been fighting back, really, against that first inning. Riley Bobrovsky is getting back her composure, her command at the circle. With that, it's going to be a challenge for the Devils to keep towering their lead of a 5-0. Could be a shutout, possibly.
Well, for the last 2 innings, it's been a stalemate, so we don't really know.
Yeah, we don't really know. It's a pretty good defense. Grace Greisler stuck with it and threw her out from all the way across the diamond. Wow. Being a third baseman is a really hard position. It's the hot corner, known as. So you're getting a lot of balls hit towards you. You have to help your shortstop. But also, you have to have a strong arm. And if you don't have a strong arm, you have to be able to crow hop and move as far as possible to get that accurate throw.
Yeah.
Plenty of bad throws at first are caused by third basemen and shortstops if they don't have accurate throws.
Definitely.
Even second basemen can have pretty bad throws sometimes. But that was a good play by Grace Greisler. Very talented infielder. I remember playing with her in middle school. She was either our catcher or our shortstop. Sometimes she played center field. One of our shortest players on our team, she played center. It's quite an impressive feat.
Definitely.
Up to bat, we have Sammy Del Hoyo. Ooh. 7-8 gap for a double. Sliding into second, Sammy Del Hoyo with the double. Woo! Go Central. Sammy threw her hitting stuff to Coach Reeder, and Coach Ruby played hot potato with that Evo shield. Way to go, leadoff double. Hitting is contagious. Will it pass on through to Cora Gillo? Low drop ball. Sammy thought she could steal, but decided to hold back. I thought it would have been I thought it would be an outside the parker. I thought it would hit the camera.
Yeah.
I was concerned for our camera. No, stand up double. Still, a stand up double. A sliding double is pretty good. High. 2-0 for Cora Gillo. Gilio. Is it Gilio?
Who?
Cora. Last name? Gilio? I don't know. Last names are hard. Strike 2. Strike 1, actually. Strike 1 against Cora Gilio. Fouled off, 2-2. It's very windy up in Flemington, New Jersey.
Getting a little windier now.
Yeah, it's really hard to hear us. Riley Bobrovsky is up the pitch. Browski first out of the bottom of the inning. Up at bat, we have Emily Van Cleef in the 5-hole. Hitting it.
Ooh.
That's fouled off. I think it would have been a fair ball. It went off the right fielder.
Yeah.
I would have said it was fair as an ump. But all umps have different rules and how they want to apply things. Pretty good hit. Allegedly it's foul. I thought it was fair. Sammy Del Hoyo had to run back from third to second. Swing and a miss. 0-2 for Emily Van Cleef. Pitching duel. See, Emily Van Cleef gets ready in her stance. Fouled off. Good contact though. She's on time. Just had to angle herself. Crucial thing with batting is angling yourself properly. And making sure you know what you're able to hit. It's a mental game. It's a lot of practice. You have to make sure you can hit at all levels. But in a game, if you can't hit a certain way, don't hit.
Absolutely.
Count goes 1-2 for Emily Van Cleef. Sammy Del Hoyo is leading off. Strike out of Emily Van Cleef. 2 outs for the Devils. Possibly may leave Sammy Del Hoyo stranded. Up at bat, we have Grace Greisler. She's currently, I think, 0-1 because she took a hit by pitch. Walks, I don't think they count walks as a hit. It's just 0-1.
Yeah.
Walks or hit by pitch, 0-1. Grace Greisler with the fouled off. Sammy Del Hoyo has to run back to second. Not a bad hit. Just to angle, need to have the proper launch angle and angle of her swing. It's a lot of geometry and physics and hitting.
Yeah, it just takes a lot of practice.
Exactly. These hitters are disciplined, so I think they can pull it out. Hopefully. Lil low. 1-1 for Grace Greisler. Chase pitch, that drop ball. But these Hunterdon Central hitters are not chasing. They're either taking disciplined hits or taking a walk. They're not going to hit at just any random pitch. They're going to try and hit in their wheelhouse. So recently, Grace has gotten a rise ball a little too high. Grace and chase. Drop ball, count goes full. Actually, it doesn't go full. It's actually a batter's count, 3-1. The sophomore is having a disciplined quality plate appearance. For sure. Possibly maybe a walk or hit is going to be fouled off. Count goes full for Grace Greisler. I spoke too soon. It's announcer's curse. It does exist. Grace Greisler is loaded up at her stance. Fouled off. Sammy Del Hoyo is trying to go to third to increase her 60 feet so she can get home, but she's still stuck at second. Possibly Sammy Del Hoyo might be stranded.
Maybe. We'll just have to see.
Yeah, we can't predict everything. Softball's a very game of unpredictability. Strikeout looking. Riley Bobrowski takes 3 strikeouts and gets out of the inning, leaving Sammy Del Hoyo stranded at second. The outfielders are getting into their positions. And everyone is getting ready to fire up some defense in the top of the 4th against these Watchung Hills Lady Warriors. People who are not starting are currently running pulls just to keep themselves warm, making sure they're able to be speedy. Emily is giving herself good energy for her pitching outing in the 4th inning, which that's clearly important. Pitching is also really mental. It's another mental game. Hitting and pitching are probably the most mental things in softball.
Yeah, it's a lot of muscle memory with pitching.
It's a very technical thing, pitching, because there's a lot of ways you can get called out for an illegal pitch. If you have 1-2 feet off the ground, that's illegal. It's called a crow hop. And I used to be a pitcher, and it's a lot of like getting your release point down, making sure you have good command of your pitches.
Yeah.
You can throw as many pitches as you want, but do not throw the pitches that are not going to give you good command. You cannot have any wild pitches at the varsity level.
Yeah.
We saw Riley Bobrovsky with tons of wild pitches, giving up bases against in the 1st inning. But she's cleaning that up pretty well. Probably just top the bottom of the 1st jitters for any player in particular, even pitchers. Up to bat, we have Sam Raymond. Fouled off into foul territory at the Central dugout. Brought the ball back in by Zoe Totaro and Emily Walsh to Van Cleef. Van Cleef leads the count. 0 balls, 1 strike. Pop up.
That's gonna be out.
Yeah, that's out of here. I think there's like hundreds of softballs in those weeds.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna go out and get them.
No, it's too wetlands over there, and you don't want to get wet.
Yeah.
Ugh. Thinking about that just gives me the heebie-jeebies. Swing and a miss. Sam Raymond falls to Emily Van Cleef. Way to battle. Emily Van Cleef, I think, got her 3rd strikeout?
It might have been.
3rd or 2nd, because I know a lot of people were getting hits off of her, or walked. But Emily Van Cleef has been keeping command because these defense behind her, like Sammy DeHoyo, Caitlin Redmond, Zoe Totaro, has been managing well in the innings.
Definitely.
Grace Gretzler with that double play, man. My jaw dropped. That was a good play.
Yeah, that was probably the play of the game.
Probably. It seems like she was gonna not get the runner out at 3rd. It was a really hard way to pick up a ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
Count is, I think, 1-0, and we were talking about the play, and I think Morgan Bobrovsky, the freshman, is up at bat. 2 balls, actually. 2 balls, 1 strike against Morgan Bobrovsky, the lone freshman of the squad. Definitely a lot of pressure being a freshman on varsity. I think we had a couple freshmen this year on varsity, like Nikki Costantini, Kyle Easley. Batters count 3-1. It's definitely hard. I can't imagine.
Yeah.
We had 2 varsity cheerleaders being Amelia Peroni, Michaela Kavanaugh, Kyle Easley in hockey, Nikki Costantini in basketball. She played with Emily Walsh in left field, actually. Ball's too high. Morgan Bobrovsky takes a walk to 1st. And Maddie Sarami. She just gives off a Megan vibe. It's bad. Maddie Sarami, the catcher for Watchung Hills, is up at bat. I don't know why. Maddie equals a Megan in my mind. It's bad. Ball 1 for Maddie Sarami. Do you know any of your friends who were freshmen on varsity?
No.
Really?
I don't think so.
1-1. Didn't she look at the same pitch and was counted as a ball?
I can't really,
Each umpire has a weird zone. This guy is more up and in and low. Popped up into the ditch. No one's gonna get that. I think it's like the 7th game ball.
Might be, yeah.
We're running out of game balls by a second. 1 and 2 for Maddie Sarami. Fouled off. 1 and 2 for Maddie Sarami. Good battle by Maddie. Even good battle by Emily in the circle. All eyes are on Emily as the pitcher. It's definitely a high pressure position being a pitcher. Count goes 2 and 2.
Yeah.
For Maddie Sarami. Let's see how the pitch.
Oh.
Runners out at first. 2 outs for the Devils. Maddie Sarami pushed Morgan Bobrovsky to second base. Maybe she's going to be possibly stranded at second.
Might be.
We don't know. We can't predict anything.
Yep.
However, we did predict that Sammy Del Hoyo got stranded at second. So we could possibly be predicting something here.
You know, every other time we predicted something and ended up being wrong.
True, but we got that one prediction right, though. Ball 1. Morgan is trying to steal third. Couldn't. She held back. Hesitated. So if you hesitate in softballs, if you're running.
Ooh.
Bobble. Safe at first.
Could have ended it right there.
Could have ended it. Just that bobble. The best runners at the corners, possible RBI. Could have possibly get them on the board. It's just one play. I don't think any error was charged, if I'm not mistaken. She kind of attempted for a bunt, but it didn't cross halfway across the plate, so it is ball 1. I think she's trying to sacrifice Maddie Moran to push Morgan Bobrovsky to home.
That might be what's going on.
Yeah, sacrifice plays are smart, but a sacrifice play, they already have 2 outs, so it's pointless. 3 balls. And Maddie Sarami took second. Stole second. Actually, it's 2 balls, 1 strike. I stand corrected. Maddie Moran had her bat halfway across the plate. Bunts down. Fouled off. 2 and 2. Morgan Bobrovsky had to go back to third. Maddie Moran is back up at the plate. This is a dangerous situation for the Devils trying to complete a shutout of these Warriors. If it's not played right. Ball too low. Trying to keep Morgan Bobrovsky in check at third. Ball count goes full for Emily Van Cleve. Could be payoff pitch. Possibly. Maybe.
Maybe.
See?
Oh.
Runners out at first. No run is recorded. Devils get out the inning. Watchung Hills strands 2 at second and third. Going down to the bottom of the 4th. I think we're starting off with, if I'm not mistaken, I think Riley Falla? Currently to talk with the Devils dugout. I heard the chant, they want to get hits. It's a pretty common chant for the Devils. And a common chant for any softball program. 1, 2, 3 hits.
Never heard that before.
Yep, for sure. Especially in baseball. Not as much though, but definitely. In baseball too, they do the exact same chants.
It's been 3 innings since anyone's got any point.
Exactly. Yeah, it's been crazy. Watchung Hills has been trying to cap the lead at 5, the deficit at 5. With that double, it could be dangerous. Sammy Del Hoyo is a pretty dangerous hitter. I think she got herself her 17th hit of the season.
That's pretty impressive.
Impressive.
We'll have to see if the Devils can make some more points here.
Runs, you mean?
You know, same thing.
No, it's not the same thing. Points is basketball. Runs is baseball and softball.
Points is every sport.
Points is not in every sport. What do you mean? It's runs. You know, it's called runs, hits, error, RHE.
You can call them points.
It's runs. Come on, man. It's runs, hits, errors.
You trying to get me fired right now?
No. No, I'm just bantering. What am I talking about?
Well, we'll see if the Devils can get some more runs this inning.
Good job. Riley Fallow's up at bat. That's ball 1 for Riley Fallow. Couldn't clip the outside corner. Or this guy or the umpire has a very inside strike zone. Popped up, going into the ditch. I think it's like the 9th game ball today.
We're losing a lot of balls out here.
Yeah, and those game balls are not cheap. I think like a bucket of 50 of those softballs cost like $200 on Amazon. Not even joking. That's expensive. Central does have money around, to be fair. 2 balls, 1 strike against Riley Fallow. I mean, our campus is like a college campus.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
It's like a small community college here. We have our Polytechnic building, Polytech. Lined out to center field. Good hit, though. Maybe just a little bit of a lower launch angle?
Yeah, you might have to get a different direction on that.
Center field is pretty tall. I can say she's probably like 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah.
Up at bat, we have Zoe Totaro, number 12. I remember she got a home run, I think, against Bridgewater Raritan. The Totaros are impressive hitters. They're deadly. Fun fact, Emily and Zoe are the 2 returning freshmen from last year's team.
The only freshman?
Zoe and Emily were the only freshmen returning as sophomores on varsity.
Huh. Grace
Greisler was a swing. She played JV mostly. However, these 2 were the only freshmen on varsity. 2 balls for Zoe Totaro. We have a couple new freshmen. Grace Greisler, although she was a swing, she is one of the newer freshmen on the team. And Cassie Stallwood, another new sophomore on the team. Both of them play JV. 2 balls, 1 strike against Zoe Totaro. The best ways to get hits is probably between these gaps in the holes. Ball's too high. 3-1 for Zoe Totaro. Possible walk. Riley Bobrovsky is losing a bit of her command from her previous innings of work. Ball 4. Zoe Totaro takes a walk to first at her 2nd at bat. I cannot remember. We have Nicole Pontecorvo coming up to the plate, getting her pre-batting ritual. 1 runner up at first base, 1 out against the Devils. Strike 1 called against Nicole Pontecorvo. Zoe tried to steal second, hesitated, If you hesitate, just go back. Just biggest rule in softball. Don't hesitate, just go. If you get out, you get out. If you don't, you don't. Just risk it. Risk it for the biscuit. Fouled off, 0-2. If Nicole fouls off, nothing will change to her count. Still remain 0-2.
Since the first inning, the game's been a lot more like close.
Yeah, for sure. The first inning definitely helped Central keep morale. Fouled off, hit the tip, hit the edge of the barrel. Count remains 0-2 against Nicole Pontecorvo. I think Grace Gressler could be player of the game if she wins.
Yeah, definitely contender.
For sure. Or Emily Van Cleef again. She was player of the game against Monroe. With, I think, a combined shutout with Brielle Staskovich. These girls have been beating out opponents, unfortunately losing their undefeated status a couple games ago. 10-3 is not a bad record, to be fair.
Yeah, especially when you got teams like North Hunterdon up there.
North Hunterdon actually took their first loss against us. If I don't stand corrected, North Hunterdon's really good, for sure. I know Del Val has a weapon in Paige Brightwell and Brooklyn Wiskowacki and Allie Moshberger. All Finch's aces. And Zoe Totaro steals second with no problems, no catcher throwing her out or anything. Wild pitch, 2 balls, 2 strikes for Nicole Pontecorvo. A long at bat for sure. Good battle though. Hunterdon County is known for their softball. What can I say? Maybe not south, but popped up to second. 2 outs for the Red Devils. Voorhees North, Del Val, and Central are known for their softball. Top teams in the county.
Really?
Yeah, it's mainly Del Val, North, and Central though. I haven't really heard much from Voorhees, but they're pretty good from what I've heard. Their biggest rival is North, of course. The Milk Can game for sure.
Yeah.
I actually attended one of those milk games. The environment was crazy. I used to go to North.
Yeah, I can imagine that's
Yeah, we crushed you guys earlier in the season, 29-8. This is a deciding year for Coach Ransone.
Yeah.
Ball 1 against Celia Totaro. Fun fact, I used to be neighbors with the Central football coach before my parents got divorced.
Wow.
Yeah, I know his kids. They're pretty good kids. What can I say? They're a class act. Two balls, no strikes against Celia Totaro. Strike 1 called against Celia Totaro. I somehow am neighbors with like a lot of people. It's bad. Like a lot of my teachers. Ball 3. Prefer favorable count for the batter. If she swings and misses, it goes to full. If pitcher throws a wild pitch too low or too high, walk. She gets a perfect hit. Perfect hit. Ball's too high. Chase pitch. Out in the way. It's hard for lefty batters to hit those type of pitches out in the way.
Yeah.
It's one of the deadliest pitchers a pitcher could use against a left-handed batter. But Celia is a disciplined hitter, so she knows what she can or cannot hit. So it's really good. Runners at the corners. What a coincidence. The Totaros are at the corners. Coach DeLeo is talking to Celia, and Coach Reeder is talking to Zoe. And currently, Coach is making a substitution with the pitching staff. So all the runners and on-deck batter is currently talking to Coach Reeder. Do you think they're going to put a relief pitcher?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, Riley Bobrovsky is going to the bench. And number 9, we have, not number 9. I don't know what's her number. Is that number 7? 7? Jules Raymond is coming in to save the game for the Devils. Currently warming up with catcher Maddie Sarami. I think they have to let at least the pitcher get 5 warm-up pitches. Okay, pretty good command, I see, with that first warm-up pitch. A little inside, it depends on what the ump thinks the strike zone is. If it hits the inside corner.
Yeah, that can be pretty inconsistent between different.
Ooh, interesting pitch. I don't want to be backhanded here. That's kind of interesting. What else? Good command, though. Despite that, she has a 66% command rate right now. Pretty good command. A lot of inside pitches for Jules Raymond, sister of Sam Raymond, outfielder for tonight's game, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Sam Raymond is the right fielder tonight. Pitcher Jules Raymond is up in the circle, and Bobrovsky is either telling her pitcher good luck or she swapped positions. Let's see. Riley Bobrovsky is now at short. And her sister, Morgan Bobrovsky, is second base. Up at bat, we have, I believe, Emily Walsh. Tataros are at the corners. What a coincidence. Pretty good coincidence, I could say. Maybe Jules can get the job done, but with the inside pitches, it's definitely going to be a lot of balls. And Celia took second like there was no tomorrow, no problem. No one's stopping her.
Central's definitely been good at that this game.
For sure. I think only one time a runner was called out.
Yeah.
Pretty good with stealing bases, making sure they don't hesitate. Current count 2-0 against Emily Walsh. Deadly left-handed hitter. See, ball in the dirt, 3-0. Possible bases loaded. Jules Raymond is struggling in the circle right now. But it's only her first inning. Probably what happened to Riley is that she had the first inning jitters.
Yeah, we'll see if they get more runs here, because the last one was in the first inning.
A strike that clipped the outside corner for Emily Walsh. Favorable count for the batter, of course. Emily Walsh takes a walk. Bases are loaded for the Red Devils. Sammy Del Hoyo is up to bat. The UCF commit could possibly, maybe grand slam, 2-run RBI. We don't know. She leads in hits, though. So, possible chance of a good hit is coming out of here. Ball's high. 1 ball. No strikes. Sammy's good with her hits and discipline at the plate. Doesn't chase after pitches she can't hit. Ball's in the dirt. Runners remain on base. It's not smart to do a steal if the ball's in the dirt on the plate. You can get out instantly.
Yeah.
Strike 1 called against Del Hoyo. Questionable call, in my opinion. That was a little too low in my eyes. But every umpire has their own zone. You can't really challenge the ump's zone.
it's inconsistent between different people. So
Yeah, in middle school, we were playing against William Annan, and this umpire would change his zone like every second. It was really hard to get strikeouts. It would be like walk city. Fouled off. Counts full against Sammy Del Hoyo. So if Sammy takes a walk, it can take it and run for Central. 6 runs. Fouled off near the Watchung Hills dugout. For left-handed batters, it's more towards the opposing team's dugout. Right-handed batters have more of a tendency towards their own dugout when it comes to foul pitches. But most of the pitches were fouled off for pop-ups into the ditch or hitting the back of the plate. Fouled off again. A good battle for Sammy Del Hoyo. Base runners have to go back to the base they originally started at. I think it's like an 8 pitch at bat right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, probably close to that at least.
9 pitch at bat. Fouled off. This is definitely going to be good in college. Long at bats mean more retention for the viewers. ESPN is going to love that in college. Tag the base. Watchung Hills gets out of the inning, gets out the jam for Jules Raymond. No runs come across for the Devils, 3 left stranded. Now we're heading into the top of the 5th, correct?
Yep.
Top of the 5th. Coach DeLeo fixing the dirt for Emily Van Cleef. Pretty good game so far. It was pretty close for the majority of the innings except the first. We can't really predict anything's gonna. We can't really predict much right now. But statistically, Central is most likely gonna take a shutout. If nothing changes, of course. I do not want to speak too soon and we cost us a loss.
Yeah.
I think the camera in the outfield is dying right now. New batteries being inserted. Yeah, it was pretty.
Okay, let's go back. Let's go back to Kyle. Let's go back to James.
So currently, Central is getting ready to field their defense, and I think I can't tell the number. I think it's Mia Simon. Is it Mia Simon up at bat?
I think that is, yeah.
Mia Simon's up at bat, or Ella Stevenson. Strike 1. 2? That's Nicole Kiketti. I'm so sorry, Nicole. Nicole Kiketti takes strike 2 against Emily Van Cleef. You know, like, for me, it's popped up, fly out for Cora Gillo in right for Nicole Kiketti. A lot of the girls on Watchung has brown hairs and their uniforms are brown. It's really hard to tell their numbers.
Yeah. And it's far away, too.
So I like how Central's jerseys are like bright white or bright red.
Yeah.
So it's easy to tell the number. For schools that have like brown as a color, and a lot of brown hair is the most common hair color. It's really hard to tell. I'm not sure if she took a strike, Tia Shakar. They haven't changed the pop out. Pop out, fouled off. It's really unclear what the count is. They haven't cleared the old count from Nicole Kiketti. Unless that is the actual count. Ball 2-1 for Tia Shakar. Good battle right now. Fouled off, 2-2. Tia Shakar. Emily Van Cleef ties with Tia Shakar in the count. Lined 2, Sammy Del Hoyo. 2 outs for the Red Devils. What's your favorite part about the sport of softball?
I don't know. Probably like my favorite to watch.
I agree. Softball is a good sport. As Ellen Stevenson comes up to bat, I just like softball. I find the sport interesting. Like, it's a lot more quicker pace compared to baseball, for sure. As there's less innings, of course.
Yeah.
1 strike against Ella Stevenson, and like I said, there's more interesting plays as the bases are much more closer, and it definitely challenges the players to think ahead, be smart.
Yeah.
While baseball, you don't have to. I don't want to be like mean, but like baseball, you don't have to be as smart as the bases are so far apart.
Yeah. I see where you're coming from.
Ball 1-1. Count is tied for Ella Stevenson and Emily Van Cleef. Why did I just stutter? I said her name right. Low outside. 2-1 for Ella Stevenson. Ella Stevenson takes the lead in the count. 2 outs though for the Devils. Tons of cheering going on from what I can tell. What I like about softball is that the girls are a lot more supportive when it comes to cheering on their teammates. I've never seen that much cheering on for your teammates in baseball.
Yeah, I don't really know. I feel like there's a lot of cheering on in both games.
Yeah, I feel like there's more cheering in the audience though from baseball, to be fair.
Yeah.
While softball is more inter-team cheering, but I know at Florida State they cheer on their pitchers when they're near strikeout and they say, "K time, K time." But yeah, Jules Raymond is coming back to the circle, getting support from starter Riley Bobrovsky, who was up at short with her sister in second as middle infielders. Up to bat, I think it's Emily Van Cleef. Or it's Cora. They both have blonde hair. I think it's Cora. Cora, yep. Cora is number 3. So let's see. What can the Devils concoct in the bottom of the 5th inning? Not enough runs to mercy. To be honest, I don't know what the high school mercy rule is.
Yeah, me neither.
Because I know in college you need to have at least 8 runs in 5 innings to mercy.
Yeah, I don't know if it's different for like baseball from softball or whatever.
I don't know if baseball has a mercy rule.
Yeah.
I feel like it doesn't.
Yeah, I have no clue.
But I know softball has mercy rules, but high school mercy rules, it's confusing because you have to have certain runs by a certain inning. It's weird.
Yeah.
I know like the freshman team got like a 22-0 win in like 3 innings.
Really?
Yeah, against like East Brunswick. Pitch is very low. Currently, I think it's ball 1 charged against Corregillo. Ball's too high. 2-0 against Corregillo. I am not sure if the count's correct, though, to be fair. The scoreboard is not recorded.
Yeah, okay. No,
1 ball, 2 strikes, actually. Thought it was 2. Guess the first pitch was a strike. Stefan. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tied count. So, drop third strike. Completed for the strikeout. Jules Raymond, I think, earns her first K of the night. Against Coragillo, an experienced batter going to Kane. Notable school in New Jersey for softball. Possibly better than Rutgers. Not gonna throw shade out here.
Is Rutgers good at softball?
They're Division I. They're in the Big Ten. They're not the greatest school. They're not Northwestern, to be fair. And Emily Van Cleef takes a big swing against Jules Raymond. Strike. Takes her second strike. Looking. Count is 0-2 for Emily Van Cleef. Jules Raymond leading the count. Good command. 1-2. Emily Van Cleef is slowly clawing her way back up in the count. Any questions about the game so far?
For me?
Yeah.
Not really.
Interesting. Do you have a favorite softball team? Outside of Central, of course.
No.
For me, it's Florida State. I love Florida State.
Yeah, softball's not really my thing.
Really? Emily Van Cleef gets thrown out by the pitcher, Jules Raymond. Pitching duel. And now, up to bat is Grace Greisler, number 1. Two outs against the Red Devils. Bottom of the 5th. Ooh, popped up into the ditch. New game ball. I think that's number 11. I think we're going to need to have to buy a new bucket of game balls.
Yeah, they're wasting a lot of money on balls here.
I think it's a poor choice of a field, in my opinion. Like, why do you put it near a marshland where no one's going to get the balls out? Unless you're a cranberry bog farmer. I'm so sorry to all the cranberry bog farmers of New Jersey. Count goes 0-2 for Grace Greisler. Jules Raymond has been having much better command, in my opinion, than Riley Bobrovsky. Although Riley did clean up her command before she was pulled out of the game. Ball 1, charge for Grace Greisler. Little outside, ball 2. Do you know any of these players personally on our team?
Not on the varsity team.
Strike 3, took a big swing, forward K. Second K, charged. And rung up, 4. Watchung Hale's pitcher, Jules Raymond. You know, like, the JV team more better?
Yeah.
Sophomore, let me guess? Cool, freshman.
I know a sophomore. I'm a junior.
Oh, really? Cool. Top of the 6th. A pitching change for Hunterdon Central. Brielle Staskovich, D3 commit to Hunter College, takes the circle. Closing out the game for Emily Van Cleef. I think they took her out so she doesn't, like, overexert herself, probably.
Yeah, she's been in there a long time.
She's been there for 5 innings. It's just to close out the game, save. I think Brielle is more known for her rise ball, her high pitches. It's deadly weapon for any team. I think every player has their own strengths and weaknesses. I've not seen Caitlin Redmond pitch yet, but I know she has some innings of work. I think she has 10 innings of work so far.
Is she a pitcher?
Yeah, she's a pitcher, third baseman, but I think she's moved over to third? No, Grace is at third. Emily Van Cleef is up at first. Typically third baseman can play anywhere in the infield, but mainly they play first and third.
Oh.
They're more known for that. So, Brielle Sasquatch is a pretty good pitcher herself, going to CUNY Hunter College. My dad went to a CUNY, so I do like Brielle because one of the reasons why I like Brielle as a person, she's really nice, but also she's going to be going to a CUNY. Hopefully making sure Hunter is at number 1 in the CUNYAC. From what I've noticed, D3 schools have a lot more big run differentials compared to D1 schools. I saw like a game that's like 23 and 6. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Strike 1 charged against, I think, Mia Simon. 2? Is that Nicole again? Nicole Kiketti. It's Mia. I should probably listen to the cheering more.
Yeah. That can be a good tool.
1 and 2. Brielle Sasquatch leads the count. Fouled off. Count remains 1 and 2. I should definitely listen into the more cheering. Seeing who's up at bat. Problems with hair is like ponytails cover the numbers.
Yeah.
Fouled off, hitting the roof of the 11-12 building.
That's another ball gone.
Yep, you're not going to get back that one unless you want to climb a 20-foot ladder. I don't know if that building's exactly 20 feet. Fouled off, 6-pitch battle for Mia Simon. Currently, Brielle leads the count. Swing and a miss. Brielle Sasquatch records her first K of the night. Way to go, Red Devils. First out of the 6th inning.
Everyone was real happy about that.
For sure, Central fans are going wild. Good boost of morale for Brielle, knowing that she has the talent. She knows she has what it takes against these batters. Foul. That's questionable. Was there an out recorded? Did she drop the bat in between her swing? Out of the box? I think it was a dead ball, possibly.
Yeah, it looks like they're redoing it.
It's Sam Raymond up the bat. Most likely, I think the ball was on like the line between the fair and the plate, and they called a strike on her.
Yeah.
Close. Zoe Totaro to Emily Van Cleef. 6-3 play. Way to go. Second out of the inning. The umps have been pretty fair for tonight. Some games the umps are not as fair.
Yeah.
Sometimes umps have biases.
Yeah.
These umps have been doing their job. Great job, umpires. Shout out to you. Keeping the game smooth in the float. Ball 1 charged against number 11, Morgan Bobrovsky. Strike 1, count goes 1-1. I played against Morgan. She's pretty good. I can say so.
When did you play against her?
Middle school. I didn't play in high school. I do more announcing. I know a lot of softball terminology. Throws not in time. Morgan is safe. That 5-6 hole, quite deadly. if you don't know how to field properly. But it was a tough play anyways. Tough play, for sure.
Devils need one more out here.
Get themselves out the inning. I think Morgan Bobrowski is 3 for 3 tonight against these Central pitchers. She's knowing the exact way to hit. But Morgan knows Emily Van Cleef pretty well. They play on CJL. Cora Gillo with the fly out. Getting out of the inning. Brielle Staskovich, 1 strikeout, 2 plays to record the out. Way to go, Red Devils. Going to the bottom of the 6th. I think we're going to be starting off possibly with Nicole Pontecorvo or Riley Falla. Jules Raymond's currently warming up. Bottom of the 6th. Who do you think are your top contenders for player of the game?
You know, I think everybody's done a great job.
For sure. I think the notable outs possibly are Grace's double play and Cora Gillo's home run robberies.
Yeah.
For sure.
Those are definitely the standouts so far.
Possibly those home run robberies might trump that double play. Depends on what we feel.
Yeah.
Definitely good plays all around by the Red Devils. Good fielding percentages. Awesome night for the Devils. Still, no runs has been added to their score. And no runs have been added to Watchung's score.
Yeah, since the first inning, the score's been the exact same, so maybe it'll change.
We can't count out the Warriors. They were state champions last year. Majority of their team has returned. Jules Raymond up to pitch to Riley Falla. Good hold by Riley Falla. Ball 1, charged. Ball 1, strike 1. I love how Central's pitchers and catchers are so cohesion together. They're really good with each other. I like the chemistry that they have.
Well, that's most pitchers and catchers.
True. Pop up, fly out, pop up. Caught by Riley Bobrowski as Riley Falla goes back to the dugout. I have pitched to Riley Falla. She's a wonderful catcher during tryouts.
When was that?
During tryouts, I pitched to Riley Falla. She's a wonderful catcher. I took up announcing because I like the sport of softball, but I have a lot of time on my schedule that I don't have for softball. I like announcing, so it's quite a great job. Strike 1 charged for Zoe Tataro. 1 out for the Red Devils. Ball 1 for Zoe Tataro. Tied. The scoreboard's kind of delayed, to be fair.
Yeah.
Is that a second ball or second strike? Second strike, 1 and 2. Jules Raymond has pretty good control and command of her pitches. Outside. Ooh, it hit the outside corner. Zoe Tataro takes a backwards K as she strikes out looking.
Getting close to the last inning here.
Yeah. Central's last out in the 6th inning is left. And we're going to the last inning. It's a bit of a nail biter right now. Anyone could come on the board and become victorious. However, it's very unlikely for Watchung Hills, to be fair. Honestly, it's been a very good pitching duel. Just lots of walks given up and good stolen bases by the Red Devils. And as we continue talking about the wonderful offense of the Red Devils, we have Nicole Pontecorvo having a tied count of 1-1. 1-2, big swing by Nicole Pontecorvo. I feel like the biggest offensive standout, like in my opinion, was Grace Chrysler, how she took her hit by pitch well, like a champ.
Definitely a contender.
For sure. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Nicole Pontecorvo. But Cora's home run robberies have been some of the biggest standouts too. So honestly, we don't know who is going to be our player of the game for tonight.
Yeah.
We could have 2, possibly. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Nicole Pontecorvo. I think she fouled into the back of the net. Cage thing. Swing and a miss. Drop third strike. And the Watchung Hills Warriors get out of the inning scot-free. 3 strikeouts by pitcher Jules Raymond. Welcome back to HCTV, top of the 7th, where Brielle Staskovich is current pitching to left-handed hitter, I think Maddie Moran.
That's 1 strike already.
Yep. Thank you, Logan.
No problem.
We were discussing about our player of the game. Surprise, surprise. You'll find out later on. Currently, 2 strikes against, I think, Maddie Moran. Ball 1 has been charged against Maddie Moran, if I'm thinking correctly. Okay, hits the pitcher. First base, pitcher throws the first baseman. First out for the Red Devils. 2 outs left for Watchung Hills. Let's see. This is a nail biter tonight.
Yeah.
Especially for Watchung Hills, thinking, when can we get on the board? When can we strike?
Yeah, they're going to have to bring it in right here, else they're done.
Top of the lineup, Riley Bobrovsky gets a strike charged. So I was right about it being Maddie Moran. Last one. Riley Bobrovsky takes a big swing as she falls 0-2. Brielle Staskovich leading the count. Could be second K, as the pitchers like to call it special K. That's what pitchers eat for breakfast, special K. Ball 1 has been charged against Riley Bobrovsky. hit to the pitcher again. And Brielle throws to Emily. Second out recorded. Watchung Hills on its final out left. Nicole Kiketti for her final at bat of the night. Coming up to, again, it's Brielle Staskovich. Fouled off. Count goes 0-1 for Nicole Kiketti. The NYU commit. NYU is a pretty good school. One of the top schools in the UAA, University Athletic Association, in the D3. They play against Emory, which I know Sonia Klein is committed to. And I know that they play against Wash U, a top program, top school in the nation. Currently count is 1-2 against Nicole Kiketti. Brielle Staskovich has been a really good reliever and it's going to be a good save again for her record. She got that combined shutout with Monroe with Emily Van Cleef. These two are a good duo. I can say so for myself. 2 balls, 2 strikes, charged against Nicole Kiketti. Zoe Totaro to Emily Van Cleef. Watchung Hills, 0 base runners. And Central gets out of the inning as the game has concluded. Final score for tonight, Watchung Hills 0, Central 5. Shutout for Emily Van Cleef and Riley Fowler. Hello everyone, we're with our player of the night, Riley Fowler. Yeah. So you guys recently defeated North Hunterdon. How was it? What was the biggest thing to help you guys?
That was a really big game. I think we went into it really wanting that win. You know, they were undefeated. They're a really good team. So I think that gave us the motivation to keep going, and we just kept tacking on those runs. So, yeah, it was a really fun game.
It does give you a lot to prove as you guys are highway rivals. So I heard you got a couple of hits. What was the biggest hit for you of the night?
Biggest hit was my first one, the RBI Fielder's Choice. So we take those. I felt good about my second hit also. I just felt like I was on the pitcher. So, yeah, I think that was a big hit for me.
Well, way to go. You guys gave North Hunterdon their first loss of the season as they drop out of the undefeated standings. So, how was it tonight against Watchung Hills? What was your biggest goal?
Our biggest goal was to win. We beat them earlier in the season, so I think, we always want to improve upon how we did last game. We scored more runs this game, and I think we just played a really clean defense, so that's always the goal. That's
really great. I saw you guys doing really well tonight. You having a good relationship with Emily Van Cleef and Brielle Staskovich. How is it important to have a good pitcher-catcher relationship?
I think the trust is really important. I trust the pitchers are going to throw their pitches, hit their spots, and they trust me that I'm going to have their back. If they throw like a drop ball in the dirt, then they know I'll get it. So I think that relationship's just really important, having that trust.
Well, I am so glad for you guys. Congratulations. A combined shutout with Emily Van Cleef and Brielle Staskovich. So what is the biggest goal for your guys as a team?
Our biggest goal is the next game, winning that one. We're not trying to think too far ahead. So Phillipsburg on Thursday, we just want to win that one and then keep moving on from there.
Well, thank you so much, Riley Fowler. I'm Ryan McKeown, signing out.